so I didn't play this.
Is this our first Bandai Namco game? Or was the previous one?
I want to say the previous one was, but that one was nice too.
Ah.
Don't make fun of my design. Don't. Oh no.
Well, this is before, like, they just went, oh, we're just gonna have a rival with Asuka and that's nothing else.
It's a good intro for her, by the way. She gets like someone sneaks up on her, throws her in a car.
Mm-hmm.
Dragunov will never see him again.
Yeah, failed design. I think someone tried to kidnap her for like a ransom, and they're just like, yeah, no.
Fair enough, yeah.
This is literally like the one game where they actually had stories that didn't involve fucking a rivalry.
It's weird that they gave Asuka like her own new outfit in this game.
Everyone has a new primary color.
Right, but she has like a completely different costume.
I think it's just a secondary.
Oh, it was just weird that was shown off here in the trailer.
Yeah. Well, it's her in the dojo. It makes more sense that she'd be wearing that.
Yeah.
Oh, spoiler alert! I thought Heihachi Mishima was dead.
No.
Oh, what are you saying? He had some sort of... I don't know, how would you phrase that? Some kind of, Namco Bandai Games Incorporated.
Did they imply that Heihachi actually came back from the dead, or was that just really...
Nah, I think it's just a tough bastard.
This is where they showed him actually coming out of a grave. It's like, alright.
Oh yeah, Eddie and Armor King are in this as well.
Oh, nice.
I think Eddie was a costume for Christie, but in this game he has his own slot. I don't know how different he is though.
I don't think they ever were any different. Like, I remember them tag 2.
A bit different, but I think they have like two throws that are different, and that's about it.
Oh, Kuma's a bullet now.
Yeah, they changed all the primary colors just to make the game look slightly different.
The Night Warriors effect.
Yeah, basically.
A squadron of Jacks cornered Heihachi after
Jacks.
Jin Kazama in Honmaru. At first, Heihachi and Kazuya fought the Jacks together, but Kazuya fled, leaving Heihachi to battle.
Just as well, this is in this version, because the intro is different.
Yeah, right?
But Heihachi, no ordinary man, held off the Jacks and survived the ambush.
Pictured here, surviving.
1 month later,
He appeared in Soul Calibur 2. That shit was weird.
opened the King of Iron Fist Tournament 5.
I don't know if that's canon. After returning from the past, Heihachi and there's the King of Iron Fist 115. I'll use Soul Edge to win.
Get ready for the next battle.
It's weird.
I like the PSP. Like, people bash it. It's vicious.
Round 1. Fight.
I like the PSP. Yeah.
Like, for the time, this was like insane on a handheld.
It's weird, like, I just remembering now my brother was like...
Oh. It's one of these players.
Oh.
Well, it's technically a combo.
But he was, like, overseas, and he just saw this, PSP for sale that was, like... It was, like, white, which was, like, you only got, like, one model here in the States, at least. And I was just like, well, shit, sure, give me a console from another region that you can't get here, that'd be cool.
I think the PSP is region 3 as well, so...
Yeah, I didn't have any troubles running it, so... And I just put a bunch of emulators on it, and emulators some PSP games, and... I spent, like, my entire high school, like, messing with that.
Round 1.
Same, yeah.
Fight.
I think there's a couple of years I was in what we call sixth form, which is kind of like college at high school. But yeah, the end of high school basically.
kind of a shame I never picked up this game. I don't think I even really knew about
Oh, I got this day one.
I had a Chaos Tower, so that was really great.
I had that as well, yeah. I played this so much.
It is funny.
It's kind of weird if it had like a fighting game on a handheld though, you know, because it doesn't really lend itself to multiplayer.
Yeah. I mean, back then, it's just like single player was good enough, you know?
You win.
Yeah, I actually did play this multiplayer though.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah, the PSP was
Get
very
ready for the
popular.
next battle.
Oh, yeah.
Several people had them, so and this I think this had the thing where you only need one copy of the game.
Round one. Fight.
So yeah, we actually played some Tekken at high school.
Yeah, come to think of it, I don't think it was a really big, like, gaming scene in my high school. Like, I pretty much knew everybody there who played video games, you know?
Oh right.
And, you know, I grew up with a lot of Nintendo fans, and everyone had a DS, nobody had a PSP.
Round two. Fight.
It is just
I
funny.
think the UK is very. I think the UK is very like Sony oriented, if that makes sense.
Yeah. After Sega went under, it's like, what do we do now?
Pretty much, yeah. Well, not even before then. It was like when the PS1 came out. It's just like, oh, this is the cool one.
Yeah.
With, you know, big
Get
marketing
ready for
push.
the next battle.
Spent a lot of my time on PSP playing Advance Wars, which is kind of funny to think about.
I beat Mother 3 on a PSP.
Round one.
That's Jack 5. That's a completely different character, Heihachi.
He doesn't know. He's an old man. He doesn't understand technology. This is one stage where I actually preferred the original variant.
Oh, yeah.
I could be wrong. I'm trying to think if there's a version of this game that has all the stages. This game has a bizarre PS3 port. It was one of those very early downloadable only games. Back when like the file restrictions were ridiculously tight, not like today where you just 100 gigabyte game, yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, right.
So it was an arcade port, and it was very literally an arcade port. There were like no. So it had the ending videos, but you'd have to download each of them separately.
What?
I just realized this like last week because I booted it up just to have a look on my PS3, and yeah, the videos are on there. But you have to, if you want to watch one of them, you gotta download
Get
it.
ready for the
The
next battle.
fuck?
It's really weird, and like the menus, there's no customized menus. The way the arcade worked,
Fight.
like you gotta do it through some proprietary thing on the select screen. It's one of the most literal arcade ports I've ever seen. It's really weird.
Next, you have to put a coin into your controller somehow.
I think it does say insert coin if I'm not mistaken. But I downloaded it because I wanted, like, you know, I downloaded it after the PS3 was already dead because I was like, I might want this someday. This won't be on the servers forever, and it's the only way to like properly play Dark Resurrection, you know, on a home system with two controllers. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna gather around doing this through an emulator.
This is a nice stage.
Yeah. Music's all remixed as well. Some I prefer the originals, some I prefer the new versions.
You win.
There's sadly no Moonlit Wilderness though, which is kind of a tragic loss.
Yeah.
Get ready for the next
It's just a day variant instead. It's fine, but you know.
Round one. Fight.
You notice that the little animations there at the start run 30 FPS and then the actual game is 60.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
So in between rounds, like the frame rate will dip to 30. Maybe a little hard to tell in this video though. I'm not sure how they've rendered it, but
This is a good looking game
You win.
oh yeah,
for the PSP.
Round
Like,
two.
damn.
Fight.
there's a nice screen on the thing as well.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Battery life wasn't great there. The only problem with the PSP was like a lot of the games was like, oh, we got the console experience in the palm of your hand, which is great on paper, but I think people kind of want more pick up and play kind of games
Yeah, yeah.
for a handheld. Like I don't necessarily want to. Like I never had those GTA games, even though they were apparently pretty good, because I just didn't really feel like playing GTA on a handheld. Like it felt a little too compromised.
Yeah, yeah.
This was great. I mean, it's Tekken. You can just play it whenever. PSP is pretty expensive as well, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Now we're just on the boat now.
You win.
Yeah. It took me way too long to realise what the stage even was. I think it's one of those couldn't see for looking kind of cases. I didn't actually realise it was a ship.
Nice fake out.
But yeah, this is. I think Dark Resurrection still has a fan base because it's, as far as I know, it's relatively well balanced. I don't think there's like the Steve Infinite and things like that anymore.
Right.
And I think people still have a fondness for the game because this is the last Tekken game. Like big roster, big move list, but it doesn't have any kind of combo gimmicks. There's no bounds, there's no screw attacks. I mean, you got the walls, but that's it. So this is probably the final, classic Tekken game. No rage. It's just Tekken. All the juggles are just like the normal stuff. There's no proprietary move you've got to include in there.
It's like I'd still play it, but I'm also like, oh yeah, like most of my mains came like after this.
Funny thing for me is I didn't touch King until Tekken 7. I mean, don't get me wrong, I messed with him,
Yeah.
messed with every character, but... Oh, he actually lost, okay.
Get ready for the next battle. Round 1. Fight.
Yeah, because... I think it's a new game, I want to play a quote new character, but the newcomers in Tekken 7 just didn't do it for me, so... I think I just, watching Tekken 7, just a lot of cool moves and everything, I'm like, I like wrestling, let's, No, I think Tekken 7's like the first game that's actually like really good, and I think it's always been a little mediocre in the past. Apart from Tekken 1.
I'm about to say.
Bring that move back.
Round 2.
As a joke.
Good gag.
That was a good grab, by the way. I don't expect everyone, watching these long plays, I don't expect everyone to be a pro. And God knows, I'm not the one playing the game, because I'm lazy. And I'm not a master at every game we've ever watched, but... I don't know, I kind of get the feeling like don't do a grab from, like, miles away, like, what? No.
You lose. Final round.
I get the feeling there's a category of YouTubers who just make videos of a game regardless of how familiar they are with it.
Yeah. Maybe like the first.
Yeah, basically. This is kind of how... Nah, I was better than this.
I was gonna say, it is funny how, like, we have the videos where they struggle on, like, the final boss, and here it's just, like,
Yeah.
bake.
Oh, he's the final boss of this game.
Oh, okay.
You win.
Pirate Bake.
Get ready for the next battle.
So this is the post-final boss.
Yeah, this is like if you lose. If you don't... You can access this fight if you don't do any combos.
Some idiot with a big mouth on his stomach.
They did change his design for this because it was too stupid. Some low-res textures here, but take in mind, this is a PSP screen, it's pretty small.
Yeah. Wait, so that's why Jinpachi's around, is because
Yeah,
the Jack's
so they
exploding?
opened the seal.
Oh, okay.
Open the seal, yeah, it's not a coincidence. So weirded out that Heihachi move doesn't cause a screw anymore.
Yeah.
Never really noticed the remnants of the temple there.
You lose round 2.
So is this where Heihachi blew up?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Ground Zero. To be honest with you, that's another thing I didn't quite realize for a while.
I'll try her.
You win the final round. Fight.
Oh. I think this is the one stage that isn't changed between the two versions,
Yeah.
for whatever reason. Same music, same palette.
I mean, how much can you do with
Oh, for God's sake.
You lose. Continue. Get ready for the next battle.
Get ready for the next 5 minutes of your life.
Fight.
Son, stop beating me. I'm gonna give you a nugget. I'm going to bully my child.
That was awkward.
You win round 2. Fight.
It's weird this doesn't get a like an actual console port though.
Yeah.
You got, you know, a handheld, and you got like a weird kind of minimum effort PS3 port, which I'm pretty sure most people never played, and I didn't even play it until like a year ago.
次に待っておるのはおそらくやつか邪魔者は潰すのみやあの時と同じようにな
I'm great.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, suddenly.
Daddy.
久しぶりだな親父だ気負ったか小僧がずいぶん老けたようじゃ
So how's being
夜
dead?
年並みには勝てんな
I forget if it was this one or the PS3 version. I think they actually made him playable.
セリフこれを見てもう一度言えるか
I think it was the PS3 version. Yeah, he was only in his human form, thankfully.
Yeah.
I don't think they balanced him at all. Though. I think it was kind of a gimped version. Yeah, he's his new look, which is
Round 1.
he's Inferno now. Sure, it's generic, but it's less stupid. So
There's always some shit on fire in Tekken.
yeah,
Fought in a volcano. This basically looks like that stage.
yeah.
You lose round 2.
Although this one has a lot more, like,
Fight.
debris and stuff going on in it than the 7 stage.
There's a lot of visual noise. Yeah. Oh Jesus Christ!
You didn't think he was gonna get through this in one try, did you?
No.
You lose. Continue. Get ready for the next battle. Round
Editing
1.
out the retries, what's that?
Fight.
You shouldn't have to retry this. You can be a little cheap on the harder difficulties as long as you know how to sidestep, which I don't think I've seen him do once.
You lose round 2. Fight.
Yeah, there's certain people who play every Tekken game like it's like Tekken 2, like they just don't sidestep.
I mean, I never
It's
did
like, you
that,
know,
but I'm also not making videos for the internet. I mean,
like sidestep, idiot! Oh my god!
Continue.
It's like really heavily telegraphed. Like I'm charging a fireball, I'm gonna fire it at you. I'll move back.
I'll see where he's
That'll
going
avoid
with
it. To be honest, he's not gonna improv a new move. It's gonna be the same every time. It's not like like a learning AI that just makes new animations.
Making a lot of assumptions this person's played this game before.
Surely you'd make a video of it.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. It's a weird throw break, by the way.
Is that a throw break? I thought it was just the throw. It's kind of
Nah.
didn't realize what happened there. Alright.
You lose. Final round.
I don't want to lose. I'm Heihachi. Whatever works.
I'm not saying this boss isn't hard. It can be, but
Yeah, I remember being kind of annoying.
it's more annoying. It's more like it's one of those bosses where you got to change your playstyle to deal with them.
もはやわしにかなう相手ではない。
No, like it's not SNK level. Next final boss probably is.
Did the original Tekken 5 have this much story
Yeah.
in the arcade mode?
All they've done is they swapped out the assets, but yet this is exactly as it was in Tekken 5.
Oh, okay.
They didn't do the story.
Oh,
The
okay.
endings. Well, yeah.
Now get up, because I'm gonna go put you on a rocket.
30, 29, 28, 27, 26,
Just how much money does the Machine Zaibatsu have? Like, Jesus Christ.
21,
How much money did this cost just to make, like, a point, just to piss 3 people off?
15, 14,
So, I'm gonna guess that this ending is canon.
6,
Yes, they will blast off into space.
Yeah, yeah.
3, 2, ignition.
I just realized, like, Tekken 7 is, as much as I love Tekken 7, I really miss these kind of endings.
Yeah. I think they really peaked with Tag 2, and then they just kind of went, well, we can't top that, so.
More like, pre-render the division, our CGI division. You can either make a long story mode, or you can make endings for everyone, and they made the wrong choice.
Shh. Nice gradient.
Pretty good soundtrack this game has. Not amazing, but it's pretty good. Losing Moonlit Wilderness is a problem.
Seeing right up there reminded me, like,
Oh!
it's like I kept like making comments about the costume changes. I didn't realize that like every single character, including the new characters, have like default costumes in that game that are not their default looks, which is weird for new characters. Because Christie's in that like opening is completely different than her default. Marduk's, Steve's.
I think they're putting them in locations, and they just put them in the costume space. I get what you're saying, but yeah. Like, for example, when we saw Asuka, she's like in the dojo, so it wouldn't make sense for her to wear street clothes.
That's
That's the
fair.
primary.
Granted, the one from Marduk in 4 was just like he's in like, I don't know, he was just in like a void.
By the way, I've got to ask, so when we do Tekken 6, we're doing the PSP port, right?
I don't know if you're joking or not.
Well, I mean, I'm joking about watching it, but that is a thing.
That, jeez.
Yeah. That was very late in the PSP's lifespan.
Actually,
Or maybe not that late, but it was, yeah, it was a kind of a weird port.
it's weird how little I know about Tekken 6.
I would describe not to talk about it before this game's finished, but I would describe it as the most forgettable Tekken.
Yeah. Sounds
I'm not saying it's the worst. It's not, but
yeah.
in some ways it's the worst. But yeah, it isn't. Tekken 1, 2, and 3 are all, the development ones, so each one of those is interesting for different reasons. Tekken 4 is super experimental. 5 is like a return to form. 6, just I guess we're doing rage and the bound mechanic. Like we're just grafting in a kind of like an artificial combo mechanic, when we've got interactive stages, but they're not. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe someone would argue with me. Maybe someone will disagree. Lag stage. It's like the one with like too many assets on. Is the Tekken? I mean, I played a lot of Tekken 6. I suppose I don't dislike it, but
great.
if you.
Sorry.
Yeah, thanks. Maybe we realised it's sarcastic.
No, it was just it was a credit.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Okay.
I think Tekken 6 is like the one I wouldn't go back to. I would go back to this. I'd go back to like 2 and 3. I'd even go back to 1 as like a joke. Tekken 6 just feels like a downgrade from 7. Like it feels like 7 did everything 6 was trying to do better. But we'll talk about that in the Tekken 6 video.
Okay.
It's Julia, the canon ending for Tekken 6.
Yeah, she was a new character in this game, right?
Yeah.
And then they removed her and replaced her with JC for the next game.
Yeah, and then they removed her and replaced her with Michelle.
Yeah.
Who was a new character.
Mm-hmm.
This is the canon ending. Julia's.
Well, this is just the intro.
That's a new character.
Oh,
That's Raven.
Crow. It's one of the Tekken 4 soldiers as a playable character now.
There he is, going to suit up with them. Did you know that the Tekken Force were there, or did you just say that?
No, I didn't know that.
There you go.
I mean, I assume they are still playable, so.
I like how it's snowing, she still has, like, no top on.
That's how fighting game characters are. Video game characters.
So you know who's new to this game, right?
Pretty much, yeah. We got Miguel, Bob, Lars, Lisa. Anyone else?
Leo.
Oh yeah, Leo.
And
Safina.
Lars and Alyssa. Lars and Alyssa were new to the upgraded arcade version, and then they just skipped that and just went, well, we'll just wait a bit longer and port the new version to consoles. So this is called Tekken 6, but I think it's more like Tekken 6 Fated Retribution, I think it's called.
Sounds about right.
Or Tekken 7 Fated Retribution, I forget. the payday hack, sorry.
I never really got behind the argument that it's like, oh yeah, Bobby's a joke character. It's like, it's kind of a silly concept, but like, he's
like, I think the joke is that he's serious. Like he's
guess.
like a straight man kind of thing, but he...
I guess, I don't know, it's just... I just feel like Bob's like a really great idea, and it's just one of those things like, oh, it's still a joke. It's like, I don't know, he's just cool.
It's not really.
Yeah.
Yeah. But not even that in that like forced kind of like, oh, we're challenging stereotypes kind of way. It's just it's just
Yeah.
we made him like a fat guy, and we just made him like a really cool, competent fighter.
Yeah, it's just like,
And then he ended up being busted.
oops.
Yeah, the Evo finals for this game were not good. Oh yeah, that's that intro he does. I keep forgetting how much they like to reference their intros and endings.
I like how we complain about Bob being broken in this game, but I don't think he was as broken as Leroy was. Like, if you go...
Yeah, but Leroy didn't make it to like the... Leroy got nerfed before like the main Evo. Granted, he slipped through to Evo Japan, but...
I mean, Evo Japan's a new thing, so you have to give him some credit, but...
Tekken 6 just wasn't very good in competitive ways. This is before they would just patch games just to rebalance it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the I don't know, this is the arcade intro, the console intro, whatever, it's an intro.
Yeah.
It's another one.
The other one would be the arcade one, I guess, because it's doesn't have any of the new characters in it, like the new.
Well, even if... Oh no, not the Oppressor.
Oh no. Horong's looking at it like, Jesus Christ, I don't have enough money for shark cards.
Oh, he's calling the Orbital Strike. Who the hell is this?
It's Lars Alexanderson.
Oh right, they weren't in the other intro, were they?
Yeah, so yeah.
But I forgot. Yeah, so this is the intro for that upgraded version. Anime robot.
Lars is a weird character to introduce this late into the series. It's just like, here have another son of Heihachi.
Yeah, this bastard son he forgot about. Oh yes! Oh yeah, here comes the logo.
Oh
The
yeah.
current logo. I forgot where this came from.
The most definitive of the series.
Oh man, I love boosting up Tekken 7.
I'm glad we loaded that instead.
It's funny these pre-rendered graphics aren't far off for the in-game graphics of 7. So far we've come.
Yeah. And yet 7 is
There we
like an
go.
insanely well optimized game. Not in terms of loading, but in terms of like being able to run on low PCs.
Glad to know I was wrong there, by the way. Bloodline Mobility, not Fate and Retribution.
Ah, right.
Oh yeah, and this game had a weird gimmick where you'd choose a main character and that would just be the menu.
I was wondering, yeah.
So mine was Miguel. Where's Alucard?
Yeah, I know.
Julia Chan. 10,000-year-old bitch.
It is weird that they got rid of all narration for that.
Yeah. That's because they were putting all the effort into the scenario campaign, which we'll have to wait for another time because it is way too long to just casually do it now.
Right.
This is also the point where I just kind of, whether it's age, like me getting older, having more games to play, or the actual game series itself, this is when I kind of just stopped caring about the story in Tekken. Like, I can remember the story for most characters up until Tekken 5, and then this, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Not as important, but, you know, like, online play was a thing now, and...
Well, I think it also has to do with how much you like the characters. Like, I think it was Miguel. Miguel's really cool.
I remember it for my favourite characters, like Miguel, he's, you know,
Yeah.
Jin was responsible for a church being blown up with his sister inside while she was getting married. So, you know, he's pissed at him.
Yeah,
Also,
I remember Mel mentioned this in the endings video. Like, this game had a lot of like weird military stuff going on in it.
yeah, I guess like the world was at war. I don't know, it's kind of odd. Also, Atari is playing this.
I don't know. It's just
I'd sure like to see the bound mechanic.
so we can talk about how great it is, how much we miss it.
I mean, it's just the screw attack, really. It just doesn't look as natural, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Quack Cafe.
I think Duck King goes there.
I mean, screw attack, for all intents and purposes, is the bound. It's just sort of a placement, but I don't know. I think hitting someone into the ground downwards so they bounce up slightly looks a bit more silly than hitting them horizontally so they kind of spin out.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like
It's very Marvel.
yeah. It's just, and I think you can make more natural combo moves for that. So in this game, like, all the proprietary combo move they have to be striking downwards, and that's limiting. Whereas in Tekken 7, it's anything that's kind of horizontal, you can turn into a screw, and it just looks better, you know,
Yeah.
just aesthetically. not that we're gonna see. Oh, of course, the bound animation still exists in Tekken 7 for certain moves, including the low parry. Like that is just the bound animation.
Oh.
Like the way they sort of hop up on their back slightly.
I love that when Wong did his win animation, or lose animation, sorry, he punched the ground and it actually like caused debris.
Oh, they did that in Tekken 5 as well, yeah.
Jeez.
More nerdy fact about this game is that I guess it's the last one to... Oh, no, Tekken 2, Tekken Tag 2 is. So I was going to say it's the last one to use their own game engine, but... I also remember this game just having kind of a bloated roster, if that makes sense. Like... That's weird. Like, it was kind of like a... Not like everyone's here, but they just kind of... It was more quantity over quality, like they didn't quite have the depth they put into Tekken 7, for example.
Oh, yeah, I get you.
We're still dealing with a lot of clones and things like that.
I was gonna say kind of like Street Fighter 4, but I don't know if that's fair.
No, I think that's pretty apt.
Yeah.
Like, almost like Street Fighter 4 has depth, but Street Fighter 5 has more, you know.
Right, yeah.
And the roster is not like, oh, we're just gonna throw in everyone who's got these designs. Also, just sort of appreciate more that Tekken 7 actually like mixes up a lot of the designs. Whereas this, yeah, you know, Julia's Julia, Christie's Christie.
I'm looking at this and I just feel like I'm just looking at Tekken 5 again.
It would help if this person actually did combos.
Yeah, it's sort of like I can't really place it. There's something about this game that makes it look a lot more like Tekken 5 than like how the Tekken 7 looks like more of an upgrade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know it's a better game, but I just mean like.
No, I know what you mean. I think so. I remember when they first revealed Tekken 7, there was like the arcade version, like super early, tiny roster. You know, the game wasn't finished.
Oh yeah.
All the characters just use their normal costumes. And I just remember not being wowed by the game at all. I just thought, oh, just looks like more of the same. It's just coming off Tekken Tag 2, it's just like, oh, the roster's smaller now, great.
Right.
But then they changed, like, every single character got a new primary costume, like brand new, with more elaborate graphics on. You know, where the models all pretty elaborate. You know, even in subtle ways, like King has a cape now.
Oh yeah.
And just by doing that, it was like, oh, it feels more like a new game. Like, that one change just makes such a difference.
Yeah.
To try and sell me on it, you know? Whereas here, it's just like, it's playing it safe, apart from... There's Rage, which is nowhere near as interesting as it is in Tekken 7, because there's no Rage driving Rage art.
It's just, you get damage.
You just get extra damage, it's pretty boring.
Yeah. This stage, by the way, I remember this stage of all things of Tekken 6.
I remember this stage, it's pretty abstract, I can never figure it out.
It looks like a Psychonauts level.
I was gonna say police notes, because it's like an orbital ring thing.
Oh yeah.
Some kind of notes. Oh yeah, fun fact, that you see that glass area? That's breakable, the rest of the floor isn't.
Yeah.
Really weird design choice. But, you know, interactive stage, new thing.
I guess, yeah, this would be the first for floor breaks, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And they were caused by doing a bound.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So I guess that made it a little less ambiguous than it is in Tekken 7, where you've got to learn those moves kind of separately. You get wall breaks as well. I don't think if you get balconies. I want to say you do, but I'm like doubting myself.
It's like, yeah.
Is that just Tag 2? Oh my god, just do a combo, I want to show it off! It's the only video we can get that has an intro, ending, and credits, and then it's just...
That isn't 30 minutes long.
Yeah.
You're not ready to face it.
It looks like everyone has different win poses in this game. When I was previewing other videos.
Well, Well, Julia. Well, we're only seeing Julia's, and Julia was pretty heavily redesigned.
I looked
so-
at one of the other videos. I saw Heihachi has one I've never seen before. Where he like slams her face into the ground after yelling at them. So
That was in 5, yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that was definitely in 5. I played him a ton.
Huh.
Occasionally they use like old animations and they just change the camera angles. I remember this stage.
Here's that final boss again. Giving her a real wallop.
I don't know how I feel about those lighting effects. I feel they're like little thing. Nah, I'm probably overthinking. This reminds me how far we've come with graphics though, because in Tekken, in the rain stage, in Tekken 7, you actually see the rain on their costumes, whereas this are just kind of, they're just there.
Yeah. So this is the
Tekken
last
Tag 2
game
did the weird mud thing.
This is the last game with the like the lose pose in it between rounds, right?
Yeah, yeah, because I think they realized people just skip that shit. And the replays.
Oh yeah, yeah.
People just hammer start, we don't care. Especially in an era where everyone's like recording games, you know?
I want to say the replays are still in Tag 2, but I might be wrong about that. I want to say.
Yeah, can't remember. I know they did that thing where they get hit and it kind of like replays like instantly, like
Oh yeah, yeah.
which Tag 1 did, so that's pretty consistent. Brought that back.
Oh, promoted! Great. I'm proud of you.
That's a rank you get when you're playing for the first time.
Hey, ain't that something? So, newcomers. Bob is great.
Yeah.
Miguel.
Oh, Zafina.
Zafina, yeah. Zafina, I like her moveset a lot. Not a terrible amount going on with that character.
Did a bit more in Tekken 7, but here, no. Really
Yeah.
bland. Looks like you know a thing or two, okay.
Looks like you know something. I don't know.
We watched that video together to kind of show that Lars was pretty buss in this game.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
A character made for beginners. He was just good at everything. Oh my god, do a bound.
Lars, do a bound.
That's what I'm talking to. The player's not going to do it. Not even doing launches, you know.
Leo is an interesting character.
Yeah.
Very, mysterious, I suppose.
Mysterious to the point of I don't know what's going on with that character.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard for me to care.
Lars is dumb. I like playing him, but he's really stupid.
Yeah.
He looks like a complete dork. I
Oh,
thought,
that was a bound! Yay! He did a combo!
look at him. Lars, you're the best. I'm sorry I doubted you. But no, like, well, the first time I saw him, I thought he was supposed to be like some sort of weird vigilante. Like, like I thought he was supposed to be like a Batman equivalent.
I'm lost.
Because, like, what is his outfit? It's like,
I don't know, it's got this big stupid lion on it.
oh, there's that. I just like the cape, like the 3-layered cape. Or 3-pronged, rather. It's like
He's so dumb. I remember seeing him for the first time because, you know, they announced like the arcade open. I was just like, what the hell is that hair? Oh, this!
What?
Spoiler alert, the player's not beating this.
What the fuck?
I forgot about Nancy. Yeah, she's gonna die immediately. Just watch.
So, this is a thing I've never seen or heard of before.
I forgot about it. It's just... If you lose against it, that's it. You don't fight it again.
Right,
It's really, really difficult. Like, I'm not kidding.
I see that. Well, I'm glad that exists.
I forgot about bring Nancy into Tekken 7.
Why the fuck is that?
It
a
has
thing?
it has a move where it uses a laser to cut a hole in the floor. You can fall through it and instantly lose.
It creates its own ring outs?
Yeah.
Wow.
And here is Jin in the same pose we left him last time.
Oh yeah.
I remember liking the stage a lot. And oh yeah, he's in constant rage mode there.
Ah. What's it saying?
I really like this this boss fight. It's just kind of cool coming up in the lift and he's just waiting for you.
That kicks your ass.
Pretty much. I mean, in this game, Jin is basically Kazuya in Tekken 2, but I don't think quite as successfully done.
Ah.
They're definitely trying to invoke that with this stage.
Yeah,
But
at some point he just became an asshole. I guess it was this game.
yeah, I mean, he took over the Zaibatsu, so that's that's definitely canon.
Jesus. The story's wild. It always just kind of
I kinda
amazes
feel
me,
like-
how they handle their protagonists and antagonists. It seems like they took the whole thing, like, self-motivation thing, like, way to an extreme. Where, like, it's like, it's not like a Darkstalkers thing where, like, everyone's got their own agenda. It's just like, they're just, the main characters are all villains. They're all
That's
just
why they put
assholes.
that's why they put geese in it.
Yeah, I see that.
Like Tekken is full of like anti-heroes and dickheads.
He really does fit in.
The faces of the company, whether you use Kazuya, Heihachi, or Jin, like they're all dicks.
Hell, I mean, even Akuma is a good example of that. There's like, well, let's have
Yeah, like that's why you put in the villains.
let's have a Street Fighter rap, just Akuma, like just
Negan makes sense as well. Like he's as far as I can tell, he's like I think he's a villain. So
yeah.
I almost said anti-hero, but apparently he's just a villain.
Right.
You put Terry in Smash and you put Geese in Tekken, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
This fucking boss. This thing is a pain.
The fuck. Okay.
I'd have to fight them all back to back to really say accurately, but I'll say it now. I think this is the hardest Tekken boss.
I believe it. I remember Unknown and Tag 2 not being that bad.
No. Unknown was easier than this.
Ogre wasn't bad at all.
Devil in Tekken 2 was like only difficult if you had no idea how to avoid the laser.
Jinpachi was difficult if you didn't sidestep.
Yeah. This thing though, I remember once I spent a good like half an hour trying to beat it. It was on a harder difficulty, but still.
Why is this thing here?
I can't even like you know what I said about me not caring about the story anymore. I can't tell you what this thing is.
It's apparently connected to Zafina, but that's also kind of weird considering the main story is about all of the Mishimas like duking it out or warring it out essentially.
I guess like Ogre was a little distant from it as well, but
That's fair, yeah.
Ogre was kind of cool.
I thought it was like early enough where they didn't really have a whole lot going on with their stories, but now they've been consistent with how it is just basically just the Mishima bloodline. And then there's like, oh, here's just some lady brought a demon to life.
And then in Tekken 7 she has like its power, which makes her a bit more interesting, I guess. But I don't know what's Tekken 7 has so little story. I don't even know what's going on there either.
Yeah. It's weird how they have like characters nowadays where they have DLC story progression, you know? It's like, let's change their story up in this game where like they're not a main character in the story because they were added post. So
Well, none of the characters in this fucking story mode.
yeah, well,
That's an. Oh, jeez, I wonder why I don't remember that ending. You know.
Oh yeah, I was just going over like the list of newcomers. There was Lisa, who is... I don't know what to say about her.
I hated her when I first saw her, but she's kind of growing on me.
There's-
Maybe it's just... I think it's just kind of Stockholm Syndrome, to be honest with you.
I think there's some fun things about her design, but there's also this weird sort of like just not fitting in with this game at all.
I think Tekken's always been... take this with a heavy dose of salt. More realistic than its contemporaries. There's not, people shooting fireballs out their hands. Like, it's within reason. Like most of the martial arts you could do in real life, if you know what I mean.
Right. Yeah.
Whereas, and then suddenly, and then there's Jack, who is also a robot, but he also looks very robotic. He looks like he's kind of cobbled together by some army.
Yeah.
But then you get Alyssa. She's just straight up, just full on anime.
Yeah. It's just an anime
And-
character.
I mean, and Tekken is Japanese, yeah, but it's always been more popular in the West. And I think it's because Tekken up to that point never went full anime,
Yeah.
And Lars is like pretty damn anime as well. Like, I don't know what it is about this game. I mean, maybe it's that thing we discussed in regards to the Tekken movie, the CGI one.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just suddenly trying to bring in more Mickey's company, Disney.
Penny Arcade.
Maybe they're just trying to bring in the Japanese audience more with these designs, but I'm not even sure of that.
Yeah. It was like a weird push that they made. Because like they put this out with Elisa and Lars, and then the next thing that came after that was the movie. Like they came out like concurrent with Tag 2, I think, right?
Say that again?
I think the CGI film we talking about. I think
Yeah, that was so. That movie, and God, I wish I could remember its name now. Came with a demo for Tekken Tag 2.
Blood Vengeance.
Yeah, that's it. It came with a demo for it, so yeah, it was definitely to promote Tag 2, or possibly the other way around.
I played
There we
this
go.
game a lot. Ghost.
Not this music, you didn't, or maybe you did. I don't know. Yeah, the option.
Oh no, I definitely put in all the Cell Dweller music into my soundtrack.
Okay, I don't know that's what that was, but okay.
The guy that made the music for Killer Instinct.
Alright, yeah. Is that what you did?
Yeah, it's kind of appropriate actually. I actually like my soundtrack.
This game was way older than that game.
Yeah.
This was like, well, maybe not way older, but this is quite a bit before KI was a thing. Or a thing again. Anyway.
Do you know?
Yeah, I actually used Street Fighter EX music, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah. Do you remember if Tekken 6 had any sort of custom music in it?
No, it did not.
Okay. Because that was a really neat feature. Like as much as I think the soundtracks of these games are really good, it's just too fun to like put in your own stuff.
Tekken 7 has that feature. You can't use custom music, but you use music from every prior Tekken game. On the PS4 version of Tekken 7, I'm pissed off. It's not on the PC.
Oh right, yeah.
This game's... I've got very mixed feelings on this game.
I like it. I think it's a fun party game. Like I don't know if I'd
It's
ever...
a fun party game, yeah.
I would never play it like seriously. Like I'd never go back and be like, oh, let's try to main a character and tag
Oh,
team.
no. So the reason you don't want to do that is... This game's got...
Pause combo, yeah.
Yeah. This game's got too much going on.
Yeah.
I never noticed how much better this looks than the previous game.
Yeah.
Which looks a lot sharper, although then again, that could just be the video capture. This game has, like, way too many mechanics, and they're way too... way too poorly explained. Like, if people when people complain, like, oh, fighting games don't explain things well enough, I usually, like, kind of roll my eyes and I'm like, well, you can look these things up. I think in Tekken Tag 2, that is actually a problem.
Yeah, I remember having...
Like, the way the tag crashes and that, and linking things together. This game just seems way too hard to be really good at. As a party game, it's fine.
I love the shit. Like, I would still play this game entirely because, like, it's just fun to just pick random characters.
Yeah, no, I'm totally agreeing with you there. I
Yeah.
would totally do that.
Because,
But
like,
I would not like go. Oh, I'm gonna have like these two characters as my main. I'm going to go to rank. I would not play this ranked. I think I tried and it was miserable.
yeah, no, definitely not. Especially because, like, as far as I know, this game's pretty unbalanced.
It's very imbalanced. There's a lot of busted stuff in it. Like the boss is like too big. You know, it's unwieldy.
Yeah.
And Tekken 7 really kind of proves to me that sometimes less is more. You know, like they just cut the fat out. It's just there's a bound.
I feel like it's a double-edged sword sort of thing. It's like this one's a lot more fun, I think, to play with friends and just like goof around in. But like I think it me more so than you, like became more accepting of like actually like learning a character and like sticking with them and trying to main them, going into ranked. And
Well, I was like that with Tekken 7. You're like that with Street Fighter 5 now.
yeah, yeah.
And I think it's this kind of generation, or maybe it's just us hanging out together. It's kind of, the emergence of YouTube, with guides and things like that. Netcode being better. It's just what I look for now in a fighting game. It's just a bit different. It's the sort of thing I can still mess around with fighting games, but I get a different kind of appeal from actually maining a character and actually going to ranked. Whereas before I never bothered. I was never good enough.
It's sort of weird. Like I feel like Tag 2 was in this era where we would just hit random select, and just play whatever, and then we'd have a fun time. Like, and it wouldn't be like a stomp, like it would just be like we're just both messing around. And then Street Fighter 5, it's like I've got this point where I've got a mains and I can do really good with them, but I can't just pick random characters because everyone else is good enough that I can't just play something, completely random.
Was that a video cut?
I just don't know. It's like I remember saying early on in 7, I was like, I kind of wish there was a Mokujin just because I liked, back then I liked doing all the...
It feels like...
But nowadays, like, I couldn't do that because everyone's, like, we've gotten to this point where all... Like,
Actually getting cut.
Yeah, everyone's...
But that has its own different appeal. And by the way, I just should say, it's used the same music track on 2 different stages. I guess he really likes this track from Dark Resurrection. You can enjoy fighting games by messing with the characters and just like picking random, or you can enjoy fighting games by going into the lab, learning combos, and getting that that rank up. It's different.
Yeah.
And I feel like this lends itself way more for the party fun thing than being a competitive game. I mean, look, she's in this game. Remember her from Tekken 4? I sure as hell didn't. The other day, I was like, who the hell is that? Apparently, she was like an alternate costume in Tekken 4, and she's so obscure, even I, the Tekken fanboy, had no idea who the hell she even was.
This game, like, really embraces it, too. Like, this is where I don't know if Tekken 7 did anything with the customization where, like, he had it here where he had all the weapons and stuff. Just completely off-the-wall stuff that you could do with the costume pieces.
Yeah. Pretty fun.
This game really embraced just like being goofy and fun, and
yeah.
It was a blast.
There was a place for that.
Yeah, yeah. It's its own thing, I'd say.
It is, yeah.
I don't feel like this game invalidates Tekken 7 or vice versa. It's one of those things, they both have their own merits.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because I liked playing characters in this game, and they apparently were fucking terrible.
Yeah, like Angel, right?
Yeah, Angel was really neat. Hold on one second. We've got
that's an instant disqualification.
Gotta double check to make sure this on ultra hard. There we go.
Oh, good, I am beating the AI, which just doesn't really translate into anything meaningful. I remember seeing something on Twitter, someone like... It wasn't the point in the video, but they were like Tekken God Prime in Tekken 7. I was like, oh wow, that's impressive. Then I looked at the actual video, and then I realized it was in treasure battle mode. Like they just grinded, beating up the AI to reach Tekken God Prime. I just thought, why? I couldn't make myself fight the 8. That's another thing that's changed. Like, I don't care about single player anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I can play it. Don't get me wrong. But nowadays, if I'm boot up Tekken 7 or Street Fighter 5, I'm going into either play a match with you or ranked matches by myself.
So how I
And I
remember,
don't want to play arcade mode.
I remember how ghost mode works in this game is like, for one thing, it was like all these ghosts based on like other players, like not like online play, but like it was like from the arcade.
Yeah, like
version.
from the arcade. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was also this thing where
This stage.
yes, stage.
Oh, good. They didn't change the music. Thank God for that.
I can't wait till YouTube takes this down. But no, like you have this thing where
I don't think he has a copyright notice on this. He doesn't even remember making it. Anyway, sorry.
you could choose your next opponent. Like you could actually choose whether or not you fought like a really hard opponent who would give you like bigger rewards. So like, it was a little more rewarding. Whereas in treasure mode, it was just you keep fighting and occasionally get like dumb gimmick matches that no one cares about.
Oh no, can't be doing with this. Why does the stage exist? So I'm sorry, I am listening to what you're saying, but I'm just looking at. Why is there a Snoop Dogg stage in Tekken?
Why does JC exist? There's a lot of things wrong here.
They introduced JC. Julia comes back in 7. JC never happened. Like they didn't even keep that. And they also introduced a character redesign for a non-canon game. Like JC's what?
Yeah.
And it's not like she was like separate DLC. It's not like she was absent at any point. She wasn't. And it's not like there's anything special about it because this is a game where everyone's here.
Yeah.
Why is JC a thing?
It's like they did this thing where they're like, well, we have Michelle, who was like the classic Chang, so let's, make the other
But
one, like, different. But
I'm sure. But Michelle was a later release as well.
oh, that's right.
She wasn't even there from the start.
Oh, that's right. I couldn't tell you.
Weird choice.
Yeah.
And then they just forgot about it for Tekken 7. It's just no, she's a streamer now. Like what?
I have to.
Oh yeah, and I think it was on my screen at the time, but when I played this, I always thought those were QR codes on the side of the stage.
Oh, huh.
Because I think the game on the PS3 ran at like 720, so I couldn't really see. I thought they were. I don't know why I thought they were QR codes. You scan them and you get like downloaded this album or something. I don't know.
I would say,
Single, not album.
I actually kind of wish that JC came back just because I think I just like wrestlers,
Yeah.
But at the same time, I guess people
She
just like.
still has them. Does she have those moves? Does she have those items in customization now?
I don't think so. I think they completely abandoned it because she used to have a couple unique moves as JC as well.
Does she?
Yeah, she had like a fucking unblockable lariat. I'm pretty sure.
Huh. I never played this a Chang, so I wouldn't notice. I love these intros, by the way. I love the. Oh god. I love the LED kind of background. Like, it's pretty creative, and it's a good way to for them not to have to worry about putting all these camera angles in.
Yeah.
It's a huge roster. Well, this track is definitely the original.
I like this one, so I'll keep it. Also,
There's a
hi-
balcony break.
Hi,
I still didn't
Mihara.
answer. Why is she back?
This is. I don't know. I thought this was ghost mode, but it's arcade mode.
Well, it's a very small roster, so the same characters are going to show up. I still don't. I'm still trying to think if Tekken 6 had balconies. I honestly, I get the feeling it was actually in the video and I just didn't notice.
It's weird though. I actually remember like not seeing balcony breaks much in this game. Like the other parts of these stages, I never really saw.
I think the reason for that, I didn't either, and I think the reason for that was I wasn't playing it at a level high enough to actually aim for them.
But I feel like in Tekken 7, like you still see them even when you're still playing like casually,
Maybe the stage is just too big.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe the moves weren't
That
like...
looks pretty far away. One problem with this game, like too many clone characters.
I wouldn't say it's a problem because it's during like the...
Well, it wasn't competitive because
Oh,
people basically just double up on one character. Like there were 3 capoeira fighters in this game.
Right, yeah. They were all practically
And-
identical, as far as I know.
Yeah, and obviously their moves would complement each other's for like the tag assault moves. So, okay, I guess that explains why Jin's in this.
I I can't think of this game competitively. Like, it sounds like a nightmare.
I've watched it. It is. And not like a complete disaster. It's not that bad. Also, what kind of scumbag doesn't use custom costumes? What is wrong with you?
I booted up the game for the first time, and
But I play it on ultra hard.
I don't know, actually. It's weird.
But there's like really low rankings for them.
I take this game very seriously. No costumes, it's too
I've
silly.
never played it. Okay.
I remember correctly, there's a, like an Easter egg where if you play as Jin and Devil Jin, like, there'll just be an intro for one character.
Yeah. They transform. It also makes that combination kind of terrible.
There's a lot of weird, like, gimmicky stuff in this. Perfectly, I think, like, Combot had, like... There was Combot. That was the thing.
Yeah, combat was that like thing you would teach. It was supposed to teach you how to play the game, and it did jack shit. It
Yeah.
was. I love Tekken, but like that was just God. I remember Harada saying like, "Oh, we're putting this thing where you teach combat moves. It'll teach you the mechanics of the game. It doesn't teach you shit. It's terrible. I'm sorry, Harada. It was terrible.
Yeah, no, it was... I think it, like, as just a dumb party thing, like, learning new moves, or, like, just putting moves on a character could be, like, fun for just, like, messing around, but the way they even set it up was terrible. Like, you actually had to put a lot of fucking time into it just to get the moves, and it's like, no one wants to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, and it had that currency that was like the Steam icon for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
I think the big problem here is though, we're saying this is fine as a party game. Nothing wrong with a good party game, but why is it so like ridiculously complicated? Like coming up with a combo for two characters is just really difficult.
Yeah.
Like it's just tough. Like I played this game a ton. Not as seriously as I played Tekken 7, but you know, I tried to play it decently. I don't think I ever came up with like a decent combo
Same, yeah.
between two characters because you just had to. Oh, good, Izzy's online. You just the planets had to align. Your characters had to have perfect synergy. You'd have to find the moves that work together. It's just a pain. It was a point where it just wasn't even fun. It was just like no, too many variables, too many characters.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a fun party game, but it's also one that's it's also probably the most difficult game in the Tekken series. How weird is that? Devil Bros.
I feel like the thing about the way they added combos to this series, though, is like you could still kind of play the game like it was still, say, Tekken 5. It just you wouldn't be taking advantage of all their systems, but they didn't get rid of it.
Yeah.
You know, like it's still all there. It's just it became a little more complex. So like,
Oh, there's a low parry.
oh yeah, but it's like
When did they introduce those? Shit, I don't know when they introduced those.
I don't know.
Never been as early as Tekken 3, but I don't know now. Never really used that as much.
I don't think Tekken 3, but it could have been. I wouldn't know.
No, not Tekken 3.
It's Beakmaster.
The final boss again.
He is the Grand Master, after all. Sounds
The
like a,
stages are very... This game and Tekken 6, very goofy kind of stages, like very
yeah.
light-hearted.
There's also that thing with like I don't know if 6 did, where like the mud and like just stuff that gets on your character.
This is annoying me because they're using a different Tekken 6 track. They're using a Tekken 6 track for the stage and it just doesn't go. Oh, whatever.
This is just like a random option.
I'm wondering that because that same track showed it twice, didn't it?
Yeah.
It's like the start of a 10 hit.
But yeah, no, the stage is
Surrender, by the way.
was-
It's a nice stage. I'm just that the Tekken 6 had the sheep stage,
Yeah.
which just felt like a big joke. I've never seen that before. I think I may have seen it actually, but not recently.
it was very interesting to play this game without, like... Because I skipped a lot of Tekken games coming into this, so... There's a lot of characters I didn't, like, ever play as before, or even really see before.
I guess, yeah.
Like, I mean,
Because
Haru.
everyone's here.
Yeah.
There's one thing this game has. It has a shitload of secret win poses. Or, not secret,
Oh, yeah,
special. But you have to use, like, a certain combination of characters, and you have to win with, like, the tag assault move.
Yeah, that's right.
And there's an absolute ton of them, and I never saw them. Hardly ever, just because I never main, like, certain combinations of characters. Actually, so this is Tekken 4 music, and I think it's for this location, so I think this is Honmaru. Assuming this is the same temple as the one in 4 and 7.
I didn't think about it, yeah.
I don't think it's wrong, no, I think they've chosen this. Oh yeah, it says multiple floor breaks.
Oh, this is the equivalent of that one temple stage in 7.
Yeah. It's funny to think in Tekken 7 that's the only floor break stage until we get the new one.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's a very nice looking game. I kind of feel like Tekken 6 looks a little rough, like it's got some aliasing problems, but this is nice.
Yeah, yeah.
It's even more impressive considering that the stages. Oh no, the other game had interactive stage, but you've got to render 4 characters on screen at once.
Oh, right, yeah, yeah.
And oh yeah, one thing about Tekken Tag 1, which I think I forgot to mention, it couldn't actually render more than 2 characters on screen at once. Now I don't know if that's true for just the arcade version. I don't, because in the arcade version, it's shifting too many polygons to have like 3 or 4 characters on screen.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the PS2 version couldn't do that, and it just the animations just translated over. You know, so they couldn't do more than 2 characters on screen. But whenever there's like a tag, you'll notice there's never more than 2 characters on screen at once.
Yeah, they like fully run off.
Yeah, they would have to like completely vanish. Even like the tag throws had to be pretty creative. It would just be them doing like an arm drag, and then the camera would shift, and then King or whoever would come in with like an elbow drop. It's creative, if a little weird. And then this game, they finally have big elaborate tag throws like that.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, I mean, I would imagine these characters probably have a secret or special win pose, but...
Oh yeah.
Oh, right, this.
Get ready for the next battle.
The name
Oh yeah, and
change.
Yohei Hatch. Yeah.
Like, I don't...
It's because the arcade version had this ogre first.
Right.
Then they added like the human form, but they just called this one ogre, so it's like, oops. True ogre is now just ogre. So, whoops. But they call the other one ancient ogre, I guess.
Round 1.
I don't remember those antlers.
It's a costume. It's a custom costume.
Oh, it actually still
Doesn't have a
is.
shield either.
Oh, wow.
It's still like ghost mode rules, yeah.
I just didn't expect him to have that.
And here's Jinpachi's theme for some reason. Because it's not unfitting.
This game has
Yeah,
like
this is...
3 final bosses.
Yeah. It's kind of neat the way they did it, you know, you get the...
Yeah.
Thankfully you don't have to beat every final boss the Sue's ever had. This was like Ogre's big return, you know, I hadn't been in the series for a long time.
Yeah.
Just neat seeing a lot of these characters with like having advanced from PS1 graphics, you know? I guess Ogre was in Tekken Tag 1, but...
This ogre hadn't been seen since Namco crossed Capcom.
Didn't even know he was in that.
I forget if it was that or Project Cross Zone. He was in one of those, I'm pretty sure.
The human ogre or this one?
Human ogre.
Yeah,
It's not really human, but yeah, I get what you mean.
Well, a human body, yeah.
Yeah.
Might want to take out there.
Yeah, like, there's just like, they're covered in dust now. It's a...
Weird bit of tech to show off,
Yeah.
and then you get the next level.
All right. Yeah.
But it doesn't stay on either. It kind of comes off. It just doesn't quite look right. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it always kind of seemed odd. Damn.
Ogre's fun to play in this game. I remember he had that kind of what is now the like the Jack extendo arm move. But if Ogre hit it, he just turned it into a grab. It was really cool looking. Don't know how good it was in an actual fight, but I liked it.
Think about it.
He had like an air grab as well. He had like he would hover in the air with his wings, and then he could grab from that.
The fuck? I didn't play him enough, apparently.
Yeah, he would hover in the air and grab you and just throw you around the level with his snake arm. They really redesigned that snake arm, didn't they? Now it's just a bunch of snakes.
Yeah. Hell, just trying to think of other characters that are in this that we didn't see a lot of, like Konimitsu.
Yeah, she hadn't. That was her only game since. Well, she's been in 1, 2, and this.
Yeah. I thought she was neat.
Yeah, they had to come up with a new design for her just because she's been gone for so long.
Yeah.
Oh my god, just end this.
And also, of course, Bogdanovich. He got
Yeah.
it's a bit of a name pronunciation redesign, apparently.
You mean Bogdanovich?
Yeah, Bogdanovich.
Yeah, that's what I said, Bogdanovich.
Get ready for the next battle.
That's the final boss. Oh yeah, this is her first appearance for a while.
Yeah, I was gonna say, she hadn't been around since Tag 1.
This is like my favourite trap from the game and you replaced it. Oh, there's your final boss.
I don't remember the bosses getting this treatment.
Oh yeah, no, it's still ghost mode rules, whatever you want to call it. God, I keep thinking those are actual weapons she's using.
She changed her style up a lot.
Start using Tom, who's that one girl from Chaos Code. And she's a Power Ranger now, apparently, with a leather jacket. What the hell?
I have to say, as much as I understand why they did it, I am still really sad how much customization got lost in Tekken 7.
Yeah.
Like, you could do some amazing things with the pieces in this game.
That's true.
And then they just like, oh, copyright worries, so we'll just take all of it out. It's like, shit.
At least it's still there. It's not literally all gone. And I get what you mean. I do defend it a bit too much.
I still think it's weird that the color palette is like, it's like noticeably worse from Tag 2. Like Tag 2 was
Yeah, it doesn't actually work.
Yeah.
Like the black on the preset black isn't truly black. You've got to use a custom color.
Yeah, it's in the like, you can't get a good orange for some reason. Like orange and brown just looks terrible in that game.
They changed my favorite 2 tracks in the game.
Yeah, this was neat because it had like a music lead.
Yeah, like the music just like,
Yeah.
and then it gets really ominous. What is this music? I don't even recognize this from any Tekken game. What is this?
God.
I have no idea what this is from. Maybe it's from like a pachinko machine or something.
It sounds like some sort of JRPG music.
It really does, yeah. I'm kind of pissed it changed it because it's like really atmospheric for this game.
Yeah.
I don't mean that's my favorite track and that I like to listen to it casually. I mean it's just really good for this.
No, I get you. Yeah.
Left, right.
That did no damage. Okay. Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, it's like double health kind of deal. You can choose to play this game solo as well.
I remember that. Yeah, that actually. That's I think you get that benefit as a solo player.
So the wolf is still there,
Oh yeah.
kinda. I remember there was always a theory that and he's pissed.
Yeah, this. I've been in space before. I'll just do it again.
Where's my rocket? I don't remember this.
I do. It's weird. Actually,
Well, he's dead.
I want to say I unlocked all the endings, but I could be.
I know there's a video out there of me watching and reacting to this video, but I can't remember it. Now, this is one case I really hope they don't skip the credits, because there's a nice callback. They've
Hi.
skipped them, haven't they? For fuck's sake! Damn it! The reason I want them to not do that is because the second piece of music they have is a remix of the Tekken 2 credits theme, and I really, really like it.
Huh. I should go
But,
listen to that.
fuck me, I guess.
Well, that's your homework. Go and listen to that track, all the viewers out there.